Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon, and today we're going to be writing some games. So, looking here, we're going to be working again on Granbelm Dancing in the Midnight Realm. So, yesterday we worked on adding some out of the illusion things, such as blood and flesh, creating your character a little bit more, and either point buying or getting some more random assignment, as well as cleaning up some of this, including deciding on a D20. So, today we're going to be working on this, magicians and their focuses. I'm also going to stop deafening myself with this music. There we go. Bump that up a little bit. So I kind of talked about this yesterday, but what I have the idea I have for Magical Girl focuses are effectively that these are more of your out of combat things. My two examples here is light and sweet. So let's open up our handy dandy notepad here, bump it up to our 24 font. Magicians and their focus. Magical girl want to have the name if they didn't know a bit of magic. The fact the character can participate in Granbelm is proof of their magical lineage. The character's involvement in Granbelm signify their ability to manipulate and use the power magic. The character is created, they choose one focus. This is their family. Click family, tradition, or personal magical personality. A focus can be something specific, such as flowers. I'm going to do that. Yeah, okay. A focus can be something, can be specific, such as flowers, to something incredibly broad, like light. In the mundane world, character can use their magical energy to manipulate their chosen focuses. When a character attempts to use magic in the outside world, the character must make a check with a corresponding attribute. The attribute being used determines what occurs with the focus. Example: light. Yes. Aggression. Series of dazzling lights. Lights to illuminate a room. May need, no, not must, may need to make a check with a corresponding attribute. The attribute being used determines what occurs with the focus. And finally, observation. Magician manipulates, twists light in the area, allowing them to magnify the vision over a farther distance. A character will need to check if they are being opposed, such as someone trying to block them with magic, or there is a chance of failure present. Actually, if I scroll all the way up here, what I'm going to do hello, phone. What do you need? Ring-a-ding-ding-ding. Is aptitude using using the focus to take aim, augment the body, or simply Prove the kid. Grace. Ungraceful nature. Magic. Using the focus in a broad overtly supernatural means. So effectively speaking, it's how you choose to manipulate it is how I'm going for it here. So your aptitude is you trying to use your focus to solve puzzles or influence the natural world. You're trying to go with the flow. Reflexes is you using it trying to make yourself better and kind of augmenting your body. Magic is this is broadly supernatural. It's kind of the opposite of aptitude. Aptitude will be able to tell you, okay, I'm going to use magic to, manipulate gravity a little bit, or I'm going to use it to, do, X to Y to Z. Magic is, Aggression. I just noticed those were spelled wrong. Well, not spelled wrong. They were the old version of these. Didn't even notice that. Using the focus to harm, destroy, or simply break something. Visible. And finally, expression. Using the focus to influence people's opinions, thoughts, and ideas. So I'm going to do Control C. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Okay, so we want to delete all of you. Go to normal text. Control V. The characters involved in this signifies their ability to manipulate and use power of magic. When a character use the power of magic in mundane worlds. When a character is created, they choose one focus. This is their family tradition of personal and magical personality. Focus is something that is specific as flowers, something broad as land, mundane world. I don't know why this got written twice. Manipulate their chosen focuses. So when a character attempts to use their focus in the world, the character they may need to make a check with the corresponding attribute. The attribute being used determines what occurs with the focus. And and we're gonna do UI, 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 IU, IU. I'm only doing this because it's going to annoy me if I don't. Okay. So, let's see. Everything looks good there. We're going to use... Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Control X, going to insert table right here. An example, light. Actually, the light focus. There we are. Characters. No name. All right. One advantage is the magical power of mages in question, forcing their bodies to absorb more mana, I'll just say magical energy, to compensate for the madness that surrounds them. Regardless of their advancements, a magician will pick up a new focus every stage of Granbelm. Every other chapter of Granbelm. Now, if I wanted to be, probably do that. Probably put a picture right here of some sort. So let's actually just do Magical Girl OC. Wow, there's a lot of Magical Girl OCs out there, folks. But here we go, down this rabbit hole. I just need something cutesy and fast. To get my point across. What's something bright and colorful and cheery that I don't really care about? No. I don't know what that is. That's just a normal anime girl. I don't know what that is. That's just Kalita Prisma. We're not dealing with Ilia again. Hey, that's Natsuki. You know, that girl from the visual novel where she dies repeatedly. No one likes her. 'Cause she's worst girl. All I'm looking for is some QT 3.14 magical girls to post in this game, and I cannot find any QT 3.14 magical girls, and I feel incredibly saddened by this, so I'm going to have to look later. So, goodbye, magical girl OCs. None of you made the cut, and none of you are important enough to be in my game, apparently, because I can't win. Remember that, folks. I cannot win. So, let's get down to it. So, we've gotten the focuses ready. We're going to probably slap a picture somewhere around there. And there we go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to expand the relationship mechanics. So let's take a look. Characters Granbelm for relationship with one another. These tenuous alliance and battle-forged friendships are one of the facts of Granbelm, and in turn, Magica-Contus wants to produce. Characters need to forge these bonds for multiple reasons, but the most obvious is to keep their magical energy flowing properly. Mana flows through the hearts and thoughts of magicians, opening both to enemy and ally alike. Opening up to both enemy. Allow the participants magician to fully express their true power. When a character is created, they assign another character, either a player character or a non-player character, to one of their attributes. As the relationship grows, the character is able to tap into that relationship to gain die value and steps associated with the intensity of the relationship. It's from 0 to 6. So D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, D20. And it's a chapter can be drawn and add to the role of character creation. At character creation, the character has 2 connections with 5 points of relationship between them. So Hikari, Juno, and Yuno are all participants in Granbelm. They have formed a union together as more of a mutual assistance pact than an honest alliance. For now, at least. Hikari, Juno, Yuno are all participants in Granbelm. So this would be D4, D6, D8, D10, D4, D8, D6, D10, D4. So what I'm going to do here, I think, is I'm just going to expand this system a little bit. So I like this. I think it works as well as it's going to, kind of thing. It's always one of those moments where you can just sit here and pretend you can just try to fix anything you want, but at the end of the day, I don't think that's really going to be what it's about. So what I'm going to do is 2 connections, have up to 5 connections with 5 points of relationships between them. So what I'm saying is, like, the up to 5 is that you can have more than 5 and that you can kind of spread it around, but your intensity with each one may not be super high. These ones just have 2 between each of them, such as Juno, Yuno, and Hikari. All 3 of them have their own kind of relationships with each other. So, but what I'm going to add is that if I scroll all the way back up, one day I'll actually, memorize all these attributes, and probably by the end of this I will. Attitude, reflexes, magic. think someone got hit outside, like by a car or something. I'm hearing people. And expression. Yeah. Let's go all the way back down. Relationship. Having the intelligent and thoughtful side of the character. Built on reflexes is having the target, the relations, put the character on edge, then feel more energetic. A relationship built on magic is reflecting the character's tutelage, connection. Is tutelage a word? Tutelage. Tutelage isn't a word. No, it's not a word. What? What am I seeing? What am I saying? Magical. I know what I'm trying to say here, but I can't. Connection or education with the target. The relationship built on nerves is one that the character takes the target, associates them with being at peace with oneself. Surroundings better. Finally, a relationship built on expression is a deep, is one based more on So to break this down, effectively, I can be smart around you. You know, I feel smarter when you're around. I feel, I'm put on more on edge, and I'm, making me feel more energetic when you're around. We literally have a magical bond with one another, and I can't really escape that. I really want to punch you in the face, but you also get me worked up enough that I want to compete with you. You literally make me calmer by being around you. I can actually understand the world a little bit better when you're around. And finally, man, I have a special feeling for you, Person-kun. It'd be a real shame if you were to get blown out of the sky and die horrifically. That would be a bummer. Squeaky chair, like my squeaky, squeaky, squeaky chair. Ugh. So I'm going to put these right here. I'm actually going to shrink this one down. This is from Todoroki-san, which, if you, as a Yuri man myself, as a man who enjoys his girls holding, girls holding hands with each other, I enjoy it. It's fun. The main characters are interesting enough to have their own personal arcs be a little bit more interesting. And I'm curious to see where they go, but it'll never update because I can't have nice things. Oh no, that's wrong UI. Doink. Half of me wants to put this in a box, the other half of me doesn't. Oh no, no, Todoroki-san. Todoroki-san! That's why we do not trust Google Docs to do what you want. Metallic reflection of the soul, you go down there, and effectively what I want to do is I want to post this right about here. Put you down here, and I can expand this. Talking about mutual assistance packs. Some History Boy memes for you. So let's see. Probably put, will I be able to actually put a picture up here? I don't know. I may not be able to. I will check. I probably won't be able to, however. But let's see. That brings us. We expanded the relationship mechanic. We didn't really expand the relationship mechanics per se, but I did add a little bit more clarity to them. Let's see. To any role. Choice. Alright. So effectively what this little line here is saying is that once a chapter, pretty much once in the real world, in the illusion, you can choose to bring out this relationship. And dealing how your base roles for outside, in the outside world, is just D20, adding a D10 to that could actually be a pretty significant thing. Straight action. Okay, so now we're gonna go all the way down here to the combat section. So let's see, how long have we actually been streaming? We've been streaming 35 minutes. Cool. Combat is an unavoidable fact from life for the participants of Granbelm. They're drawn to combat, hence biting some revel in the dangerous high-octane violence. Combats enter the fray. All characters add their observation reflex together and determine initial initiative value. The highest initiative value chooses their action first, and the order descends. When two characters act on the same value, the character with the high reflex action first. Pretty box standard. I think that works. Builder. Build their beat die by performing different actions at each subsequent action. All characters start with a D4 as their beat die. And every unique action builds it up. So D4 to D6 to D8 to D10 to D20 by one step for the next action. When the character performs an action a second time or performs a combo ender, their next action resets their beat die to D4. Okay, so this is actually the character performs an action a second time. Their next action resets their beat die to D4. So deal beat die plus aggression plus weapon of minus evasion for random brace for melee distributes the damage. Melee goes to single section or split between two connected sections. Range can be distributed among any section. Roll beat die plus nerves to build up brace. Brace is automatically consumed when the melee attack connects. Add beat die to a magic circle. And next time you cast, you may add that die to your next cast. Next time you cast, you may add that die to it. Destroy an active spirit that is equal or lower beat die value. Equal or lower beat die value. Roll beat die plus expression versus target current beat die. Whoever loses, they lose their combo. Actually going to put a footnote here. Jeez. Making their next action a D4. D4 beat die. We'll shrink this picture down a smidge. Envision does nothing but continues the combo. Called a combo. All characters start with a D4 as their beat die, and every unique action builds it up by one step. Beat die plus aggression versus current beat die plus progression. You may notice here, that inevitably you're going to hit more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So effectively you have 6 ranks. So you can technically do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 actions you can do. And what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to move this right over here. I'm going to shrink this down. This is from Titanfall 2, actually. The combo cannot exceed a d20 as their beat die. Subsequent d20 do not increase the beat die. So effectively, I don't want people to abuse this system to be like, oh, I hit d20, so I'm just going to endlessly d20, like d20. So obviously, I rolled d20 plus d4, d20 plus d6. Yeah, no, that gets a little bit wonkers. So everyone's just rolling a single die, and I think that'll keep the math a little bit more consistent. So let's see, beat die. So all weapon range weapons on their arm and knocked at once. Character cannot act next turn. Character deals beat die plus aggression plus weapons minus evasion. Normally you can only attack with a single weapon. Alpha striking effectively allows you to shoot with every single one of your weapons at once, but you just lose your next turn. Roll beat die. Maybe saying, why don't I alpha strike right away? Because you're going to be crippled in the next turn. And if you alpha strike to kill a target, you don't alpha strike to simply just alpha strike constantly, because you're going to lose the action economy way faster than you can actually gain it. Let's see. Combo as well as the combo of their target if they beat them in an aggression plus beat die. Actually, I'm going to do beat die plus aggression. And a beat die plus aggression plus reflexes die roll. Yeah, no. Grappling is useful in a combo breaker if you're noticing an opponent has just reached D20 or they're at like D12 and they're ready to do something big. You just grapple them out of it, and suddenly they're not able to do anything. They're they're effectively crippled as you both kind of lock yourselves into this dance, being like, "Well, crap, I've lost my beat die." Reloads all of their ranged weapons, cancels their next piece of damage from any source. This is also the other problem with alpha striking, is you alpha strike, all your weapons can no longer fire, because you fire all your ranged weapons at once. So not only do you lose a turn, you're going to have to reload for your second turn if you want to make it actually work. So you are a sitting duck, effectively, for 2 turns, not doing damage, while they may be able to do damage to you and kill you. So what I'm going to actually put down, let's do actions and combat, is I'm going to put a side note here. Side note, melee and ranged combat. Actually, no, I'm not going to. But what I am going to do is, if I go down here a ways, I'm going to put it right here. Side note, why no movement. I'm also going to put in a side note, melee and ranged. One may notice that there is no differentiating between melee and ranged. This is on purpose, due to the high speed nature of the battle. Melee 1 second is ranged in another. If the concept of being unable to shoot aim your weapons properly, possibly due to a grapple or a poor location for a shift, in melee, so has no penalties, while a character at ranged has a penalty. Of the, what do I end up calling them? Because I have absolutely no... Nope, that's not it. Where are you? Penalty of the set piece to deal with. In a grapple, current D4 beatdown. I could probably go a little bit more in depth with this and give people a little bit more penalties and such, but I feel that how the nature of the game is right now, adding something like that would just bog it down more than give it something, dare I say, unique or interesting. It would just be like, all right, here's some more rules that you obviously you'll want in your hardcore Magical Girl mecha game that's already about blasting people away. Just, if you really want to screw someone's range day up, you put them in a set piece. But again, you'll be able to, everyone's moving so fast, you don't really have to worry about that too much. But they fixed combat up just a smidge, but I think combat will get itself fixed up a little bit later. So let's do this. Magic circles and that absolute carnage. When a magic spell, they must decide what they are attempting to do. There are 4 classes of magic spells. Illusion, summons, blast, buff, or debuffs. When a character offers to summon a spirit, the spirit in question is tied to the arm and ox of the caster. Offensive spirits roll their beat die every turn to deal damage to the target of the caster's choice. Subtracting from brace. Or evasion. On defensive spirit of the average, brace or evasion. When attack, the character reduces the spirit's brace or spirits of the average of the. So we'll rewrite this. Defensive spirits. Spirits take the maximum value of their beat die, brace or evasion. When the character is attacked, spirit reduces its brace or evasion value first before taking damage. Spirit which is 0 evasion or brace, it is destroyed. Got some cute little drones. Hunter spirit. Spirit that targets spirits that target other spirits, destroying one lower die values every turn. Or lower beat die value every turn. There are no more low die value, low beat die value enemy spirits. The hunter spirit disappears. Is destroyed. Ability spirit. Spirits that give the character a unique or special ability as long as they are active, they would roll their beat die to determine their effectiveness as well as provide their strength. Yeah. A unique. Yeah, I think that's. Combat magician, large concentration magic. Melt a character that can melt a character if they are unprepared. A blast is a magic circle of creation die. It's all the magic circle creation die in damage, in addition to its current beat die. Either decide if it's a ranged blast, augmenting their melee strike. Multiple. There we go. So effectively saying is that you can have, queue up multiple spells and abilities and kind of force the other characters to be like, okay, we want to destroy the one that's going to do a lot of damage to us. Or be like, haha, I've actually been planning that all along, and I knew you were going to destroy that, so I'm now going to do this. Yeah, this is incredibly ineffective, but... let's see, they're actually heading 3, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do heading 3. Nutino. Okay. Took that up, cleaned it up a little bit. I think this works a little bit better. I've cleaned up how these work. Okay. Alright, I think I'm going to call it there. We've been streaming for 57 minutes as of right now. So, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Tomorrow, we are going to be working on fleshing out minor characters a little bit, and probably we'll move on to unions. Alright everyone, thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your time. If you're watching this on the YouTubes, please hit the like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. If you're watching this on Twitch later, leave me a follow. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful rest of your day.